Good evening. Uh, I have the house to myself, and I don't want to go out. And I figure I just throw myself out there and see who wants to hang out via StreamYard and YouTube, and me dealing with my playful dog. So I'm gonna just have some beers. I didn't really feel like playing records. I was gonna do another one of those um, Friday night listen things. Picked out the records, and honestly, I just don't want to sit down and listen to stuff. I just want to just hang out and see what's up. So nothing major. Just Friday night, got the house to myself and the dogs. So if anyone is out there, say hi. And if I know you, I'll send a link. Anyway, so our dog Hendrix, he's a black lab German Shepherd mix. And he really has the retriever part down a whole lot because he likes to fetch stuff. So anyhow, yeah, it's Friday. I actually have a 3-day week. Or 3-day week, 3-day weekend. What am I saying? Yeah, Saturday night, or not Saturday night, Sunday night, I am going to see the band Slift. You've probably heard me talk about them on several occasions. French three-piece, kind of modern psychedelic metal. At times, uh, even though they're French, they kind of have like that California desert rock sound too. Really cool band. I saw them a couple years ago, and out of literally the hundreds of shows I've seen, that one took the top spot of being the best show I've ever seen ever. So got that going on Sunday, and so I decided to take Monday off because well, I get up at 2 in the morning to go to work, and my old ass can't do the staying out all night and um, you know, going to work the next day. Hey William, how you doing, man? Um, so figured just come hang out here tonight. So what's going on in your world, William? I'm just here playing with the dogs, or playing with a dog out of the three. The other two are all full bellied and relaxing. This one doesn't seem to stop with the energy. So, but right on. Very cool. You do your live streams on Mondays, right? So, but yeah, let's see. In real life, I changed. Well, as some may know, I'm a delivery driver, um, and for about 4 years, I was doing an area called East Side, which is east of Seattle, and from our plant in Tacoma, it's about an hour away with no traffic. But on the way back, the travel time was about 2 hours. So, I was pulling 13, 14-hour days every day. So my body couldn't take it anymore. And the guy that was doing the Tacoma area, he transferred out to Oklahoma. So I took his spot. So my days are significantly shorter than what they used to be. So I'm enjoying that a whole lot. Let's see. Yep. Unless I get a wild idea, I need to take Monday morning off or whatever. All right, on. I got it, Chip. All right. The dogs. Um. So yeah, my weeks have been a bit more relaxing. Let's see. I got, like I said, a shorter week next week, and then the following weekend, my dad comes into town. Um, he's out in Michigan, and this will be, I think, since we've moved here, this will be his third time out here. So I am taking that week off, and we're gonna do little day trips here and there because I just don't want to be hanging out here at the house all day. Um, so I got some loose plans with the old man. It'd be good to see him. I have to see because I haven't been back in Michigan in 2 years, so it'll be good to just see him in person and not, we do FaceTime and whatnot, so see him that way. But in person as always is always better. So, and then let's see. Well, speaking of in person, and since we're BC, we're still making plans of next year's VC get together, where it was in Boston this past year. This coming year will it'll definitely be in Buffalo because MGK Boston, even though he's keeping the name, I've been, calling him MGK Buffalo now, but yeah, he's hosting it again. So that should be a good time as always. We've done it one time, so I have a feeling it's gonna be even bigger this time around since people saw the videos from it. Well, MGK put up some videos. Brian Embryonic Robot put up some videos. I really wanted to do some videos from that whole weekend, but it was one of those situations where I was just really living in the moment and I didn't want to be, shooting video. I just wanted to be there and just absorb the experience of all these people that I've been watching for a long time, through YouTube, and actually getting to, sit in front of them, talk to them face to face. And I know this was what, like 3 months ago, and we still go on and on about it, how fun it was. So, it's kind of like our version of what the youngest members of the VC they do. Oh, only they're traveling around the country, and the loose mystery of next year. I'm enjoying where they're going next year, so that should be really cool. I'm not at liberty to say where they're at, so but anyway, I see a couple other people on there. What's going on? Show yourself. Say hi. So I feel like I'm not just rambling on and on and on and playing fetch with this dog that just will not lay down or relax like the rest of us. Okay. All right. Go lay down. Jeez, oh Pete. Like he sits still for like 5 seconds and he comes back at me. So, but yeah. looking forward to getting this weekend going. I think tonight's gonna be relaxing, but yeah, I think well, not thinking tomorrow. I know we got one of my daughter's friends is having a birthday party at one of my favorite arcades um, here in Tacoma. It's a place called Dorky's, and it is an old school arcade. I mean, it's got a bunch of the classic stuff there, tons of pinball games, which is my forte, and they got a bar in it, which is even more cool. So it's a badass place. You know, it reminds me of old arcades where it's like kind of dark and loud and just noisy, and the age groups just run the gamut. You know, you got little kids running around, you got old fucks like me out there, you know, playing the old games. So looking forward to that. And then, like I said, Sunday I got Slift. Um, I've been checking out their opening act called Meat Bodies. Hey, Dave. Um, and so yeah, this Meat Bodies, they I listened to their first album. That's kind of it's different. It's Ramones esque. I can't remember what else I compared it to, but their latest album that came out last year, I kind of described it as I think I might have did this in one of the videos where it's like you took Smashing Pumpkins and mixed it with like the Perry Farrell thing of Jane's Addiction and Porno for Pyros. Really cool stuff. So I'm really looking forward to checking them out, opening up for Slift. Should be a really good show. Looking forward to it. But yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend. Uh, since the Seahawks played and lost on Thursday, I don't really have any football to watch on Sunday, so that kind of opens up the day. So that helps out a lot. What is it? Want to come up on camera? Come on, Hendrix, bring it here. Hendrix, come on, up here. Ugh. Dog's aerodynamic. This dog is probably about 100 pounds, and he like does like these airborne jumps when he tosses things, and just so full of energy. I mean, he's probably like I think he's like 3 years old. You'd think he was like still 1 or 2. Ah. So, anyhow. What? Anyway. But for me, I swear this dog not ever stop. All right. Well, I figure see what's going on out there, and I'm gonna try to get this dog to calm down so I can just relax the rest of the night. So I think I'm gonna cut this short. Anyway, everyone, thank you for hanging out, and we will talk to you later. Oh, hey Emma, I was just gonna text you about this. Maybe I will stay on for a little while. Um, I am gonna send you a link here. see if I could do this right. Hang on here. I'm gonna see if I can do it properly here. All right. So, come on, relax. This dog. So let's see. I just sent you a link if you're up for it. But Em and I were texting earlier about some stuff that might be coming up in the future. But let's see what else. Music wise, I did put in an order for let's see, Cleopatra Records had a big sale going on, and I got the debut album from Pigface for a really good price. Pigface, I've talked about them before. They're kind of like this industrial all-star. I hate to call them a band, but musical entity. But yeah, I got that super cheap. Got a pre-order in for the soundtrack to a movie called Killer Cabbage. Horrible name. But yeah, my buddies in Voyager 3 did the soundtrack for it. So I look at it as just like another Voyager 3 album. So hopefully it's supposed to either arrive here on the 18th or ship on the 18th. I can't recall. So hopefully coming next week would be very cool. Let's go. All right. Drop it. I'd turn this around, but it's a pain to try to get back to where it was like here. All right, cool. I should be highlighting some of these comments, so I'll just run through them real quick. So, hi, hey, 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 hey. We'll go through these. And we're caught up. Yeah, Steve was a master at keeping these comments going. Uh-oh, here comes Bella. Come on, Bella. Up here. No, up here. Sweetie. This is Bella. This is our husky. She's just a sweetie. Except when she jumps and her claws just rip right into your flesh. Yes. But you're too cute. And then you got this anxiety-ridden dog here that just wants to play. So, let's see what else has been going on. Let's see, RSD Black Friday list came out. I know there's tons of videos on that. William, Dave, that anything in your wheelhouse? And here we go. We have Emma.
Hey, Trevor.
How are you?
That was feedback on that.
Oh, Yeah.
It's a puppy. What did I miss? I was gone for like a minute.
What, this one here?
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the 3.
Yeah.
And then I got this guy who will not stop
trying to play. Hey, that was a better jump than I do.
Yeah, he is just, he never shuts off.
No. That's how my dog is. You'll probably hear him here shortly, I'm sure.
What kind of dog?
Corgi.
Okay.
Yeah, little baby. I was trying to film. I put up a video today, and you can hear him at certain parts of the the video.
Yeah, I was trying to shoot one of those Friday night listen things earlier, and I had to shut the door, and he's on the other side of it, just whining because he wants me to play.
Yeah,
it just got ruined, and by the time I figured I was done, I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to listen to records right now, which is sad, but
yeah. I was listening to a couple. I ended up going to. I wanted to get that Wilco Summer Teeth for October release last week.
Okay.
And my local store, there was like a huge, when I went on like that Saturday, there was a huge farmer's market or whatever. So I'm like, I can't even park near there. So I'm like, well, if it's there next week, then it was meant to be. So that copy was still there when I went today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like I said, I ordered some through Cleopatra Records, which, they got a lot of stuff, but not a lot of stuff I want. So I picked up some for a really good price.
Nice.
And like I was saying earlier, I got this soundtrack done by this band called Voyager 3, which are good friends of mine from back home. And when it comes to like this last quarter of the year, I don't like buying stuff for myself, especially like, I brought up, the RSD Black Friday,
Yeah.
which I am so glad that usually every year those lists are just horrible, or not horrible, but nothing I'm interested in.
That's how I felt about this one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there wasn't like, outside of maybe that Birds release, that Monterey, just to keep that collection going on my end. I mean, there's nothing else that like really stands out to me on that list.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, it just prior to Christmas, I don't like buying for myself.
Yeah.
So, even if it was the greatest title that I wanted, I will sit it out
And just wait.
Yeah, maybe it's something that, someplace will overstock it.
Yeah.
Like my main pick that I wanted this last RSD was a box set, and the record store I go to, they got one in, but someone got it before I could get in.
That's the worst.
But, and this is a while, I don't know if they would still have it now, but Easy Street Records up in West Seattle, they still had it. And this is a few months ago.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't, dropping another $150 is just like, not right now.
That's how I'm feeling too. I feel like I kind of went a little crazy this summer between like trips and stuff, and now I'm like, I should probably slow down a little bit. Because I haven't even listened to everything that I bought this summer. Like I'm still catching up.
Yeah, even my Boston stuff, which is, compared to what you guys did in Jersey and Philadelphia, is like a fraction of that. And even I haven't gotten through all that stuff yet.
Yeah.
It's just time. During the week, I really don't listen to anything, because by the time I get home, the family's out here. I just don't want to be like, all right, I'm going to go secluded myself, out in another room and just sit there listening and, reading on my phone or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, my listening's definitely been on the weekends. I have a 4-day weekend this week, which is kind of nice. But I probably got through maybe 5 or 6 records today, so that was rare.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. I was gonna this Friday night thing I was gonna do. I had an actual theme loosely. I was
Yeah.
keeping all records that were hovering around the half hour mark, so
Yeah.
I could get in a lot of records in a short amount of time. So, but like I said, by the time I was dealing with these dogs and I was doing a third take, I'm like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
This is not happening.
I've been there before with like my dog or just noises and stuff outside. I'm like, sometimes I try to get in that like mood and mode to film and it just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and sometimes this is weird. Sometimes I feel guilty doing like if the family's here, like I'm
Yeah.
gonna go do something fun. You know, I'm gonna talk to my phone.
I'm gonna talk into my camera.
Yes, and look like I'm having a great time talking to nobody at the
Right.
moment.
I still struggle with that. I mean, 5 years later with making videos, I still like, especially if I haven't filmed in a couple weeks or even a month or even more, like I struggle with like sitting down and getting into that mindset sometimes
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
it's just like it's the weirdest thing.
Well, see, and that's what I like doing it if my wife and daughter are out.
Yeah.
That's why I try to take the opportunity to do it because then it's just like I could just be, I don't know, just talking out loud.
Yeah.
If people are here, it just seems like, what is he doing? Who's talking? But yeah, I really do want to start doing more stuff, but I just motivation wise, um, and I know originality is out the window. I mean, let's face it, everything's been done.
Yeah.
Um, and what was it? What there's some of the guys I hear them like apologizing for, sorry guys, sorry I haven't been on lately, and I'm like I was telling Anthony, Gambler 8112
Yeah.
or 812, we talk every day, and I'm
Mhm.
like, dude, we owe no one anything, nothing, we owe nothing, because this is a hobby. Let's face it, we do this for fun.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when it becomes, work, then
Exactly. Yeah. That's the number one piece of advice that I've given people who have like dabbled into wanting to do this and this and that. I always tell them like if it comes to a point where you're not having or it feels like a chore or something that you have to do, don't do it. And so there was like a pocket, I mean, probably about a year or so ago, where I was making videos maybe like once every 3-4 months just because I wasn't enjoying enjoying it.
right,
But I kind of got back into it a little bit and I'm enjoying it again, but I'm making sure that I'm not like forcing myself to sit down and do it. I do it when I want to do it.
right. Well, I mean, I was getting more enjoyment in doing the Sunday night thing.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching it.
Well, but that's the thing. We're all interacting.
Yeah,
Um, I mean that, and basically that was Marsha's output.
right. Yeah.
She did one video this year,
Yeah.
and but that still kept her out. Saying,
Yeah,
"Hey,"
I gave her somewhere to talk about that stuff.
which by the way, she's doing all right.
I was gonna say, how's she doing in Florida?
Yeah, because I got a brief text from her today because I was asking,
Yeah.
where is it? Yeah, she said tree branches down, lost power. Overall, not bad at all.
Okay. Yeah.
So First off, she replied, so that's even a better.
That's the good sign. When you hear that ding on the other end, it's like, okay, you know.
Yeah, because it's weird. I know people that are down there, and I just don't want to bother them. I know that's horrible and insane, because I don't know how many texts and phone calls they're getting too, and I don't want to, add in
You
the
don't want to
pile.
be that one, yeah.
I also want to know too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think reaching out is a positive. I know Tim, I don't know if you know Tim at High Noons Vinyl. He lives in Florida as well, and he about lost power too, but that was just about it on his end as well. So
hey, Russ is
hey
on.
Russ.
My fellow well, he's on the opposite side of Seattle. I'm on the south side, he's on the north side. So
Okay.
one of these days we are gonna meet up.
Maybe this summer, you know? Maybe there'll be something going on this summer. We can, maybe there's a giant thing happening. I don't know.
Worst kept secret.
Right.
Not that I know anything.
No, never. Never. No. I mean, I don't even know anything.
Well, okay, so previous years, I can't recall in the other documentary, do you guys do the same thing of like you're gonna pick where you're planning on going the following year?
Yes.
Okay, but I don't recall if you actually announce what it is, or do you?
So, yeah, so I'm trying to remember. I know that when we announced, I can't remember if it was New Orleans now or no, it would have been New Orleans. We did like Chance Concert Buddy had like a live stream for us to go on and announce it, but I don't know if it was really an announcement. We just kind of shot the shit a little bit.
I think I recall seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we did something like that, but I'm trying to remember for New Jersey if we really announced it. I don't think we do anything major with it. So this was the first year where I think we like actually put basically the answer at the end of the documentary. Like,
right, yeah,
if
it's
you
like
watch the end, you know exactly where we're going next year.
right, and that's why I was like so excited when I saw
Yeah.
Manzi. I'm like, no shit. But then again, I was also thinking, well, that could be San Francisco too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah. But
no,
yeah.
I know we're excited. Like we're already talking about it a little bit and starting to put together a list of places to go and sites to see. So
yeah. Well, I'm privately. You could throw me the list, and I could. Wait, this makes it sound like I already know what it is. I'm sure everyone else knows too. But,
I'm sure, yeah. All you have to do is go watch the end.
Yes. But yeah, that seemed like such a fun trip. I mean, Marcia and I were talking about, and I think I might have said this before.
Yeah.
Like our clique, if you want to call it that, moving it around like you guys, and we want to do a Detroit one.
That'd be so much fun.
Because her and I, we grew up in the same area, though we didn't know each other.
Yeah.
And,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So, hey, Craig.
Hello.
So, I don't know when Marcia was there last, but I'd gone often enough. I know where the record stores are at.
Oh, yeah.
And, so that'll be part of it. But there's also a couple of pressing plants that I think we could get a tour of.
That'd be really cool.
Because, we're all mature adults. We won't be like, touching stuff.
Are you sure?
Right.
Once you're in there, you don't know, Trevor.
Yeah, turn into like, Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Yeah, like what's that guy that ends up falling into the chocolate? Augustus?
Yeah, Augustus Gloop.
Augustus Gloop.
Yes. But that would be cool. But if we were to do that, I want to do something like Dylan shooting stuff,
Right.
documenting it, and I really wanted to do it in Boston, but
Yeah, it's I don't know how he does it. Cuz he has this like ability to pull it out at like the perfect time cuz I mean, it seems when you're watching those series and documentaries and stuff that he like constantly has it out and he doesn't. And
right.
so what he captures is like perfect.
Hmm.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't know. Well, when I talked to him last, he was just like, I just know to
To do it.
when to put it out. But no, um,
He just
but
has that skill.
yeah, but I was saying at the beginning of this because I was talking about in Boston, I wanted to do the same thing, but
Yeah.
I was living in the moment so much.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you guys have gotten together several times. For me, this was the first time meeting up with all these people that I've known for, a year, 18 months, and
Oh yeah.
gotten to know each other, and just, be able to, handshake, hug, talk face to face.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
All due to,
This.
starting a channel and like here are the records I just bought, this
Mhm.
weekend.
Yeah, just talking to yourself into a camera and all of a sudden you're in Boston,
Right. And
Yeah.
with your Buffalo.
Mhm.
Which
I wanna do that. That I wanna do. I'm gonna try to do it.
yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out because I mean I'm spoiled. I love direct flights.
Mhm.
There's no direct flight to Buffalo
Yeah.
from here. So the closest I think I might be able to do is Toronto.
Mhm.
And I was talking to Rob from
Rob. Yeah.
Northern Revolutions. I'm like, hey, maybe I could hitch a ride with you,
No,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, hitch a ride with him if you can. He,
right.
he sent me an invite to his stream last Wednesday, and I had parent-teacher conferences with the
Mm.
school that I work at, so I couldn't do it, so hopefully at some point I get on there, but
Yeah, it was a good time. When I was on there a couple weeks ago, it was fun.
yeah.
Um, great bunch of guys.
That's what I'm like, I would love to meet that group in Buffalo. There's a
I'm
lot of
sorry?
people that I said, like, I would love to meet part of that group, like, in a Buffalo situation or something like that, because I've been watching, like, Rob for a couple of years.
Yeah, actually, I started watching Rob when he had like just north of like 50 subscribers.
Yeah.
Just and
That
then
sounds about right, yeah.
and just watching uh his growth over the years. You know,
Yeah.
this is funny.
Hey,
Hey,
Vance.
Vance, how you doing,
Vance,
brother?
we need, like, another huge Chicago meetup or something in the Midwest. See, we need, like, a Midwest thing because I know Seattle did their thing, like, earlier this summer, and then there was the
Yeah,
East Coast thing. We need, like, a Midwest thing.
there you go. Yeah. And having Detroit roots, yeah, of course I would be more than happy. I mean, again, meeting the people, like if I were to go home for a week, I would call up Gary and be like, listen, Toledo, let's meet up as
Yeah.
a great halfway point.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
looking,
Midwest would be smart.
it would be. I mean, I was even thinking doing just like Cleveland because
Yeah.
the obvious thing, Rock and Roll Hall of
Rock and
Fame.
Roll Hall of Fame, yeah.
Which, we all know the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a joke, but
But the
but
principle of it.
but the museum
Yeah.
is top. Have you ever been there?
No, that is something on my bucket list that I wanna do, and
Oh
it's
my god.
probably from me about 6 hours or so drive.
Yeah, I've been there 3 times, and, the last time I was there, this is when my wife and I were just dating at the time.
Yeah,
I went down there, or we went down there, and this was just after Metallica got inducted. So, there's a big long hallway of all their inductees of that year.
yeah.
And so we get down to that area where they had the Metallica stuff, and there is Cliff Burton's Rickenbacker bass
Oh,
right there.
right in front of you.
And I stood there frozen for a couple minutes, and my wife was just like, "Are you all right?" I'm like,
You have, like, a single tear rolling down your cheek. "Yeah, I'm
it
fine."
was that isn't too far from the truth.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was. It's a cool place. I've been there once because I was doing some work in Cleveland at the time over a weekend, and I was setting up a stage for a dance competition. So once the stage is set, I got nothing to do. So
right.
I hit the town, and I found out actually going by myself was just as fun
Yeah.
because I didn't feel like I was holding someone up, like
Mhm.
that I was with.
That would be my fear, like, if I was going with someone that wasn't, like, in our sphere here
Mhm.
in the music world, like, I feel like I would be so locked into everything happening there that I
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
if if a big group of us went, I don't think anyone would be like, "All right, guys,
No. We would get kicked out at the end.
probably,
Yeah.
probably." Um, and yeah, because I haven't been there since when was it? That was '09 was the last time I was there. So I'm sure there's a lot of different stuff there by now.
Yeah. Yeah, Vance said 20 years ago. Okay, so basically we need to do a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame meetup then.
I'm down.
I'm in.
Okay, what?
Pittsburgh over Cleveland. What do you think, Trevor?
I've been to Pittsburgh. Um, Nothing against it. It's just it was a
Pittsburgh.
city.
Yeah.
I don't understand is Frenchy LaBeouf is he out of in Pittsburgh?
I haven't been to either one. I haven't been to Pittsburgh or Cleveland.
Um, One time I was in Pittsburgh. This is what do you do? No, prior to me becoming a truck driver, I did, like I said, staging and lighting stuff, and we had a not a political division, but we did stuff for political events, and we were part of George W. Bush's campaign. Not that
Hmm.
I was part of
That.
agreeing with it, but that was part of the job.
Yeah.
So we were in Pittsburgh for one of the stops, and like the guy who was kind of heading this whole event um, gave us these tickets to this concert that was taking place out on one of the rivers. It was Third Eye Blind.
Hmm. Closing. Anyway.
Oh, God. I was just like, well, it's a free night out. And then
Yeah.
and this guy was acting like he was like doing us a favor. Come to find out, pretty much everyone that was attending the show had these free tickets.
Oh,
So
Couldn't get rid of them.
sorry.
I said they couldn't get rid of them fast enough.
No, I mean that used to happen back in the day at this place Pine Knob that I talk about all the time.
Mhm.
Like if there was a show that was undersold, they would like in a lot of the local convenience stores, they'd put stacks of these lawn tickets.
Wow, yeah.
Um and just to get people in
Yeah.
so they could sell beer
Beer
and
and yeah, whatever else.
get their cut of the merch and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So I think you could pay like another $5-10 to be in the seat.
Right.
But yeah, I went to a few of those. Like one of them, God damn it, dog. Yeah, it was 4th of July, 1995. It was the Tony Martin fronted Black Sabbath with Motorhead opening.
Yeah.
And like for free on 4th of July. Right
Sounds
on.
good.
And down.
Yeah. Was it a hot show?
At the time, even though Black Sabbath is now my favorite band, it was just like they were dinosaurs to me
Yeah.
at that point. I mostly went to go see Motorhead. But another venue that's no longer around, the Palace of Auburn Hills, where the Pistons used to play, Judas Priest were playing there. But it was the Ripper Owens fronted Judas Priest, not the Rob Halford. And apparently whoever booked this show didn't see the rest of the itinerary where they were playing theaters. So they thought they got them at a really cheap price.
Yeah.
And it was Judas Priest and Anthrax. And a guy I knew was managing Anthrax at the time. And he told me, it's just like, yeah, it's day of show. 1,500 tickets were sold.
Whew.
Place that holds 20,000.
20,000, yeah.
Again, they papered the whole town to get people
Just
in.
trying to get rid of
Yeah. So it was a fun show for free.
No, yeah, I mean, most shows, I shouldn't say any show, but most shows are fun if it's free.
Yeah, I mean, this is where I'm going to sound really jaded. When I worked for the record store, the 5 years I worked there, I probably paid 5 times for shows, and I went to well over 100 of them.
Yeah.
In fact, there was sometimes I'd call the label rep and say, "Can you just take me off the list? And if someone else wants to go." Yeah, Craig. Yeah, it was Bush era. This was probably 2000, 2001. So, I want to say that. No, that was after Volume 8. What? Oh my God! You're such a baby. All the other dogs are perfectly nice and relaxed.
I'm surprised mine's quiet.
Oh, it doesn't hear mine and
No, yeah, he was a little earlier when I first had the stream up before I got on. He heard it. He was loud, and I was like, "Oh boy!" I was like, "If I hop on, they're just gonna start talking to each other."
right.
But he seems quiet out there.
Nice. So you got a 4-day week so is it planned or is that just how it's scheduled at school?
Just how it's scheduled. It's kind of like a mini fall break. We had a couple of nights of parent teacher conferences, so I think they schedule it that way so then we can have a full day off.
Okay.
So yeah. I'm actually on Sunday I'm driving up to Milwaukee and I'm going to see the DBs. Have you ever heard of the DBs?
It sounds familiar. Like letters DB, like
yeah, like D, like lowercase D, uppercase B, and then S. They're kind of like they're like an 80s power pop band.
Okay.
but they're on this like reunion tour with the 4 original members, and the 2 big members are Chris Stamey and Peter Holzapfel. And so they're on this reunion tour or whatever. So they'll be up in Milwaukee playing at a venue. I think it's called like Shank Hall or something. I actually saw John Mayall there a couple of years ago, handful of years ago now. So really cool venue. It's like a small little bar type thing. I think I seen DB's open for U2 in '88. That would be an interesting opening act for U2, but I wouldn't be surprised about it. Vance, you should come up to Milwaukee and see it.
Let's see here. Wait, Fate, which I didn't know that there was a. Oh, there is.
Is there a fake one?
I can't tell the difference.
No.
I'm kind of partially paying attention to the right side of the screen here and just talking. And I don't know how to. Okay, now I see how that. Okay, let's see how I can do this. Let's see. I will do that. There we go.
There we go.
Took care of that.
Man, drama on your stream, Trevor.
Pardon?
I said drama on your stream.
No, I tried to. The only drama I have is this asshole here.
Vance, we need to hit up a show again. Let me know. I met up with Vance to see the Stones this summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go to Chicago for a show. I think I've told you. I want to go to the Metro so bad.
That was on my bucket list for the longest time.
And that's like, within your orbit of, it happening.
Venues.
I mean, I got a couple of videos that were shot there, like home video concert stuff.
Yeah.
But what was it like? Well, the earliest like Metallica footage from the Kill 'Em All tour was shot there.
Shot at the Metro, yeah.
Let's see, I got a pig face, a lot of industrial stuff like Revolting Cocks, pig face, stuff from there. So just the history of that place. And what's the I've always known of it, but it's not until recently I saw the inside of the Aragon
Ballroom? Yeah.
That place looks amazing.
Yeah. That has a lot of history too.
Right. But
between the Metro and the Aragon, yeah. And then in Milwaukee, there's have you ever heard of like the Eagles Ballroom or the Rave or Yeah, that place is really cool too. They have like a story of like a haunted swimming pool or something in there.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. That's like their claim to fame.
Right. What? Hang on. Did you lose your... No, dude.
Vance's Aragon Brawl Room. I can only imagine.
I'm sure that there is probably some brutal shows at that place.
Well, see, Trevor, pick a show for the Metro or the Aragon, and Vance and I will take you there.
Like doing a Detroit thing. It no longer exists. I mean, the building is still there, but it doesn't exist as a functioning anything but the Grandy Ballroom. I think I may have driven by it.
Yeah.
But all the legendary shows that took place there. Well, hell, I mean, Kick Out the Jams was recorded there.
Recorded there, yeah.
I know my parents went there a few times, but yeah, I miss going to the shows in Detroit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the places here in Seattle, but I don't know. Maybe because when I'm I was going to shows, no matter what show I went to, I would run into people I know,
Yeah.
and you hang out,
And then it's fun, yeah.
yeah. Like one of my all-time favorite places was St. Andrew's Hall, which is probably pretty similar to Metro.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I well, this is I think it was in the 90s when did Cheap Trick do like the 3 nights at the Metro and did like
Late 90s.
Debut and In Color and
Yeah.
well, they did the same
97,
thing.
98. Music for Hangovers, yeah.
Yeah, well, they did the same thing at St. Andrew's Hall.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, not that I went, but I
No, but
remember it
still.
happening. I do have to say that I think I've probably seen Cheap Trick probably about half dozen times. Easily one of the funnest bands to see live.
Yeah, they're definitely a live band. I mean, I love their studio output, but seeing them live, even, a little older, is still a blast.
Right.
Starting to catch up to them, though. I've noticed in the last, 3 or 4 years, it's really catching up now. So.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam. What's going on?
Sam's got a fun show coming up.
What's that?
I don't know if he wants to share, but I think he's doing something fun. I think he's meeting up with a VC guy too, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Sam, let us in. What's going
Yes,
on?
tea, Sam.
Documentary on the Grandy. Oh, wait, yeah. I think there was one. I can't remember what it was called. But I remember in the trailer they would show like what the Grandy looks like now, which is like this decrepit building, but they would project an interview with someone who played there, like on the walls.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Let's see. Oh,
yeah, there it is. Sam, I'm so excited for you because I saw that show a few weeks ago, and I was definitely it definitely exceeded my expectations going in, and I went in with pretty high expectations after hearing about the production and all of that. So shows this man's and staying nice.
I am seeing Slift on Sunday, so cool. Where's
down?
Where's Slift playing in Chicago?
I have no idea.
But
Iron Maiden's playing. Oh, Vance saw him ELO in Chicago. I forgot that. ELO was fantastic in Chicago. I was blown away. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie's is a fun venue too. So Trevor, have you heard of Reggie's?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Have you been there?
Friends that played there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome.
Was it like about a 500 cap place or?
Yeah, it's small.
Nice. I think my friends in Suicide Machines played there not too long ago. Really wish I could just take your batteries out and just so you can lay down and sleep.
I wish I could do that to myself sometimes.
Right? Over and over again.
Reggie has a live stream channel on YouTube and Twitch.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check them out.
Well, it's about 1,000. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Right on. Yeah, let's see. We were in Chicago maybe about 2 years ago, but it was like December.
Dude.
Yeah, it was cold.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But we went there because they're friends of my wife's. They make straps for bags, and they make these great leather bags. You know, my wife's got like 20 of them. I have 2.
Yeah.
Yes, I have Merces.
Yes. Hey, they're useful.
Yes.
Yeah. I was trying to tell Sam, I said at the ELO show they're selling those spaceship coats or purses or something. I said you need to get one when you're there.
Yeah.
It's like a mild spring. Yeah, that's true.
But you know, so these friends of ours, they're part of this kind of craft, I don't know, marketing thing, but it's at that really huge building that like takes up an entire block off of one of the rivers there. It's what, but so it's like, you know, they got booths for all these craft things there, and so we flew out for this thing, and you know, that was the first time I've been to Chicago for fun. All the times I went there was like in a work capacity.
Work or something, yeah.
Well, no, I take it back. I did go there once when some friends of mine were playing the Fireside Bowl.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that place?
No.
Okay, it's a bowling alley.
Nick probably knows what it is, yeah.
Well, the thing, what was it? We were watching Chicago PD.
Okay.
And you know, these 2 officers, you know, they're walking down the street and they stopped, you know, because the conversation was like getting more intense. So they stopped, and I look at the doors, and I'm like, that's the Fireside. And I only went there once, but it was like so recognizable.
Yeah.
All right, Vance.
Hey, Vance.
Here. So it was just weird that I recognized the doors of that.
Of that, yeah.
But yeah, we went. It was who was it? It was my friends in a band called End It, which there's now another band called End It, but it's completely different. And we were opening for this grindcore band that's like half from Chicago, half from Detroit. And it was, you know, the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. You know, biggest bar night in the world, right?
Right.
I think 5
people.
people.
They call it Blackout Wednesday.
Yeah. I think about 5 people showed up at this thing. And I just remember it being just freezing cold in this place.
Yeah.
And let's see, we were staying at this one guy's apartment, but someone had to stay in the van to make sure no one broke in
or did anything weird. Yeah.
I was in the van.
No.
Me and the drummer stayed in the van. It was awful.
I was gonna say, I mean, were you just dying in there?
It sucks so bad. I'm just like, but you know, when you're young,
yeah,
you pull off stupid shit like that. Mike, how are you doing, man?
Hey, Mike.
See,
Lincoln Hall, nice.
Yeah, and Mike just went and saw ELO too.
At the United Center in Chicago?
I don't know if it's or maybe you saw him at Little Caesars Arena.
Okay.
Because Mike and I, we actually went to high school together.
Oh, cool.
We didn't know each other at the time, but through Facebook and vinyl groups.
Oh, that's crazy to me.
I saw, I don't know how I found out, but we saw that we had common friends from school, and like, wait, we're both from Clarkston. So
yeah, I haven't run into that yet. I haven't run into anybody from like my school or anything like that. Little Caesars, yeah.
Yeah. Which I always thought that had to have been one of the dumbest names for an arena. I know a lot of locals just call it LCA.
Yeah.
But
just to avoid saying Little Caesars Arena.
yeah, but Seattle's arena,
Wait, what's Seattle's again?
Climate Pledge Arena. Oh my God.
Do they call it CPA?
I don't call it anything. I went there once because the guy who owns the mechanic company that fixes our trucks at work, he had season tickets for the Kraken, and he let me and some of the guys use his seats because he didn't want to go, and it was like a preseason game, so it meant nothing. But that was my first time going there as a functioning building, because I went there once when they were trying to rebuild it. They had to redo it to get a hockey team in there, to get NHL hockey, but they couldn't raise it up any, so they had to dig down.
Oh.
And I actually had to deliver some oxygen and argon for the welders there. So when I got in there, the whole floor was nothing but a mud pit. So it was cool to see it completed. Yeah, it's a really nice arena. Let's see. Yes, so but it's wait, no, come on. The Palace was nice. The Palace, they at least kept updated. Joe Louis Arena, that place, it lived in 1980 throughout all the years. They never changed it, but the Palace was nice. Plus, the Palace, actually, they had their parking was outside of the arena. It wasn't like you had to park in a parking structure blocks away, and so it was kind of in the suburbs in a way. But
Okay.
I always thought it was nice. I like that place. Saw lots of great shows there.
Kind of reminds me of what used to be the Rosemont Horizon outside of Chicago, and Rosemont is now like Allstate Arena or something like that, but same kind of concept where it's a little bit outside the city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, see, now when the Pistons were playing there, a lot of people from the city were complaining, like, "Oh, we got to go out to the suburbs to see the Pistons." Well, now they're down in the city, and everyone from the suburbs, they don't want to go into the city. What?
Oh,
what? Am I not paying attention to you enough? Come here. Come on up here. Show your face. Up here. Up. Come on. Up here. Come on. Up. Come on. You're a moose. Come on up here. Come on up. People want to see you. Come on. Up. Oh, jeez.
He's like,
He's an asshole. How about Olaf? Olaf, want to come up here? Come on, Olaf, come here. Come on.
They're camera shy.
He's not camera shy. He's just, I want to play with my bone. No, Olaf, he's a Great Pyrenees.
No.
And he's just a big, huge teddy bear. First time we ever did a rescue. Everyone else we've gotten from, when they were 8 weeks old.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember my wife was in Michigan for something, and she's getting ready to come back, and she sends me pictures of this dog through a foster. And I'm like, okay.
And she's like, it's coming home.
He's like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, I'm thinking you need to catch a plane home. That's what you need. Shut up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. he gets it. He gets it stuck underneath the couch. He's like, Dad, come get it.
I'll be surprised. I'm surprised that Bark didn't get my dog going. Maybe he's sleeping.
Let's see, what is Greg got here? Let's see, I went to a show in the Nashville Music. You know, I think I might have been there once to see AC/DC. My dad lived in Tennessee for a while, and this was during Razor's Edge tour. And at the time, I was an autograph hound.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't even planning on going
That's
to the
how I
show.
am right now.
Yeah. So, I go up there just to see if I can get AC/DC's autographs. And at the time, you know, I looked the part. Long hair, leather jacket.
Yep.
And
Hiding behind the venue.
yeah, well, so these guys, you know, see, you know, a metalhead in Nashville, which is at the time even more apparent. And they're like, "You going to the show?" I'm like, "No, I think just kind of hanging out." He's like, "Well, my buddy, he couldn't make it. I got a ticket, $10." I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
4 seats." And here's the thing: it was at the time of sale, it was general admission, so just
It was just
a sea of people. The thing was, a couple days before that, a couple of fans got crushed to death at the barricade.
Yeah.
So last minute, well, I mean not last minute, but they put in seats. It was still general admission.
Yeah, but they had like actual seats down.
Yeah. So
I feel like that gets messier.
well, no, because they kept, you know, the seats were there.
Okay,
And
so
so
they kind of like move around and stuff.
I got pick of it, so I had second row center.
That's awesome.
Yeah, King's X opened up. We were just absolutely amazing. I don't know what it is about three-piece bands that just sounds so
So
incredible.
good. Yeah.
And I don't know how familiar you are with King's X, but
Not at all.
they do three-part harmony. I mean, I heard the records.
King's Axe.
King's X.
King's X.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know, I heard the records and they sound great. Hearing them live, I was just like, holy shit, they're pulling this off.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That's the best.
Yeah, because I'm a sucker when it comes to vocals.
Yeah.
Especially harmonized vocals. You know, multiple guys or people. And yeah, it was really cool. And then AC/DC was, I don't want to say AC/DC was just AC/DC because they're,
Yeah. But it was.
yeah. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's, yeah. Salt Lake City. I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, AC/DC, that's like the one band that I don't like going to stadium shows, even though I did take my daughter to Metallica, but
Yeah. I'm not a big stadium show fan either. I've only been to a couple, and the last stadium show I was at was the Stones.
Yeah. And you know, I'm sure that was great too.
It was a blast. It's just a lot.
Yeah. And you know, I think we're pretty much on the same wavelength when it, you know, we like the smaller, intimate shows.
Yes.
You know, you're right there. The vibe
Yes.
is there.
Yeah,
And
if I walk into a venue and there's a bar here and a stage right here, I'm good.
yeah. So, but AC/DC, I think, is one of those bands that if they do a North American tour, well, A, it will be in stadiums, and B, they might make it more destination stuff,
Yeah.
like, because I mean, let's face it, they're old as dirt, and
Oh yeah.
they can't do the, you know, even a 3 nights in a week, not even
No.
that. So, I mean, I'm picturing it
Ryan definitely can't do it.
right. Um, so I was thinking, man, well, they should do like 5 stadiums, at least in the US. They could
Yeah.
do, of course, I'm gonna, say, yeah, Seattle being a corner, or like, LA, San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, Florida, Atlanta, somewhere in the Northeast, and then whatever smack dab in the middle.
In the middle. Yeah.
So,
To be honest, I would probably go if they did a North American thing.
yeah, because I can't imagine them going beyond this.
No, this is it.
Um, because, well, I don't know. Like, I know when you guys were talking about Stones, I mean, hell, even the Stones are in, like, how do you put it? Like uncharted territory.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, I feel like I saw them and they were great. So I can't say like, oh, they're gonna, throw in the towel after this tour, but you don't know.
Right. I mean, in a way, I kind of want them to, because I
I
mean,
agree.
well, think that last album, Hackney Diamonds,
Hmm.
as much of a, edgy metal guy, that was my favorite record last year.
Hmm.
And listening to it, especially the last track,
Yeah.
um, that seems like the perfect ending of a career,
Of your career to go out. Yeah, I would agree.
because it's full circle.
Yeah.
Um, and as much as I hate using the reference of the DJ Eddie Trunk, he is right. He hates it when, and I'm sure most of us are like this. He uses the phrase "bands that stay too long at the party,"
Yeah.
and I I didn't see this tour. I mean, they, from the sound of everyone talking about it, yeah, they were great
Yeah.
for Stones. But you hope that they kind of go out before,
Before they're, yeah. Yeah, I would agree. And that's like, I know Cheap Trick, like I don't know what they would like. I don't think that, especially Rick, like, I don't think that he cannot be touring. I feel like it's just in them, like, what do you do, right?
right.
But I mean, if they were to say, as sad as I would be, right, in the next like year or two, like, oh, we're done after this, I'd be like, okay.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be heartbreaking, but at the same time, I'd rather that happen while I know they're going out sounding in the way that they are. See ya.
See you, Craig.
Than to, you know, sound horrible.
Right. I mean, like Kiss. I know it's Dylan's thing.
Well, hey,
But
I went to go see that. That was the first and only time I saw them was that last leg.
see, the last 2 times I saw him, that is when Paul's voice was going, and I'm like,
But hey, he was still coming out to see us.
yeah,
To
say
be chanting
more.
his name. Say my name.
Right. Um, but also, my stop. The other contention I had with Kiss was the set list that they had for the last.
That was horrible. I mean, even Dylan will tell you that was disappointing.
Okay, good. So I'm not alone in being a
No.
Kiss fan.
Between hyping up that whole last show, it being what it was, then the Avatar shit, which love it or hate it, whatever. I mean, what the fuck? You know?
Well, my thing is, I mean, and I'm just talking the last few times I saw them with a band with such a deep catalog. There's no reason to not be able to dig up, 2 to 3 deep cuts because they got players with Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer.
Yeah.
They're capable players.
Yeah.
As much as I love Ace Frehley, he is one of the sloppiest players ever.
Yeah.
But throw us diehards a bone.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's something where every show that last tour you played like you said, like 2 different deep cuts or something like that, just to keep it interesting and change it up.
Right. Well, and that's why I don't know about recently, but like I loved seeing Alice Cooper for years.
Yeah.
Because he would do that. He would dig up
Yeah.
2 or 3 gems of
Yeah.
like, I can't believe they're
Believe
playing.
and that's what I love about Cheap Trick. They don't play the same same set list back to back at all. Like
Right.
every single night is a brand new set list. Yeah, you have. I mean, they're going to play I Want You to Want Me. They're going to play Surrender. But just about everything else is kind of mixed in a little bit.
Right. Well, I mean, when I was seeing Alice, this is prior to. I mean, the internet existed, but it wasn't like it is now, where like Setlist FM.
Yeah, you can just go on and see it.
It was the same set list every night, but you didn't know. So
yeah,
with Alice, I mean, I remember on the Brutal Planet tour, it was at the Michigan State Fair. It's hot outside, and the song ends and he walks up to the mic, and he never does stage banter, so this is where it kind of sounded weird too, but he's like fanning himself with his hand, and he's just like, it's hot tonight, and then all of a sudden they go into the song, it's hot tonight. I'm like,
it's hot tonight.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I can't believe
I love stuff like that.
Yeah. It was just unbelievable. And I did not get that from Kiss the last 2 or 3 times I saw them. It was like they're playing to the lowest common denominator Kiss fan.
It's lazy. I mean, that last tour was lazy. That's what it was, that set list. I mean, it didn't change once, right?
Not that I know of, but it's also, it hasn't changed in like 15 years. It's the same songs, just rearranged.
Yeah.
And that's what was bothering me. I mean, if I were to see Kiss and they played something like Almost Human, I would freak out.
Yeah.
Or some deep,
throw something in. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I said, yeah, just throw something in, right?
Yeah, or something off of side 4 of Alive 2 with the studio tracks. I mean, the only time I think I heard anything like that was Ace Frehley doing Rocket Ride. But yeah, that was disappointing. I had no desire to see him on that last one. It was because I kind of knew what it was going to be.
Yeah. It was one of those things for me. I mean, I hadn't seen them before, so it was like, well, if I'm going to do it, I have to do it now.
That's different.
Yeah.
You got to experience it once.
Yeah, and like, I'll be honest, I had a blast, right? As a casual Kiss fan, Kiss listener, I had an absolute blast at that show.
Well, right. I understand that. I get that. And you get to experience the show, you
the production and yeah.
Bring it here.
Actually, too, a couple years prior to that, I saw Ace Frehley do his solo thing. I actually have that like signed picture right here.
Nice.
Yeah. He that was, from what like I've heard about his solo shows and stuff like that, I felt like that show was decent. Hey Mark. I didn't even know Mark was in here.
Let's see. Oh, he did. Oh, you got the Kiss record.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mark won the contest.
I feel bad. I didn't I meant to go do that thing. It's one of those.
It was one of those things that just escapes people, I think.
And you even extended
Yeah,
the.
no, I think it was, yeah, like I said, I think it was one of the, I mean, end of summer, getting into kind of September and fall and stuff like that. We kind of figured, because we ran one a couple years ago too, and it was like, it's just odd timing towards the end of summer. Hey, Rob.
Rob, were your ears burning?
Yeah, he heard us.
We were talking about you earlier.
So Rob's picking you up, right, Trevor?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to figure that out too, because I'm like, wait, how do I call him? Because I would have to like get that international plan for like 1 month
Oh yeah.
for a weekend. So yeah.
Not at all.
But where were we at? We were at Kiss, were we?
Yeah, I know
talking,
Rob's gonna be so excited about Kiss.
yeah, Rob, we were talking about your favorite band, Kiss. Actually, we were kind of like,
Rob, we were talking about Blue Rodeo. Don't worry, okay?
yeah, doing Blue Rodeo doing Kiss.
Yeah, with Mike Campbell.
Yeah. But so show wise, you got anything on the docket coming up or
Just that DB show.
okay.
I might be seeing, now that REO's calling it quits, REO Speedwagon, I might be trying to go see them on this kind of final leg. I'm trying to think what else is going on. I might be going to see the Beat Tour that King Crimson group with Tony Levin and so on. So I think they're playing Milwaukee and Chicago, and maybe in a couple weeks, and that's kind of a last minute decision type thing.
It's a cool lineup. It's just I know like 3 King Crimson songs.
Yeah, I think it'd just be one of those same thing. Like it'd be one of those things that the lineup is cool to see, and then I feel like the show in and of itself will be like awesome.
Right. I mean, because the only thing I own of King Crimson is the compact King Crimson, which
King
is like,
Crimson.
like the not I can't say greatest hits because they weren't like a greatest, like a best of.
Oh, like a best of, yeah.
Yeah.
I have In the Court, I have In the Wake of Poseidon, and I have, what's that? I don't have any of the, which is what basically Beat is. I have the Lark's Tongue and Aspic.
Okay.
So I have their earlier material. I don't have any of their 80s output at all. But I just think it'd be a cool show to see.
Yeah, I like to see Steve Vai play. I've never seen him live. Met him, never seen him play.
Never seen.
So, yeah, because he did during his solo album Passion and Warfare, he did an in-store. And... What? Shut up.
He wants attention.
I love you, but I don't like you right now. Why can't you be like Olaf, who's just like calmly sleeping right now?
Yeah, my dog must be out because he's not responding to any of that.
But yeah, I don't. Aside from Slift, I don't have anything. Though I saw on Facebook that Negative Approach is coming. Well, no, 2 weeks from tonight. Who their drummer I've known for 30 years, an old friend of mine. Every time they come into town, I go hang out with them.
Yeah.
It just happens to be the same week my dad's here.
No. Well, I mean, fun, but at the same time.
So I'm contemplating, do I take my 75-year-old dad to a hardcore?
Just throw him in the car and go. Just get those little earbuds and.
Oh, I mean, you go to a lot of shows. You probably do the earbud or not earbud, earplugs.
I should. I mean, it depends on the show. Like, a few years ago, one of my friends was huge into August Burns Red or something like that. And I
Okay.
knew it was going to be like a heavier show, and so when I went there, I definitely brought earplugs. I also, what was the show I saw a couple years ago? I went to go see like Fozzy. Is that the name of that band?
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Chris
I see it with
Jericho.
Chris Jericho. I saw Fozzy, and that was like another one of those bands that I brought earbuds to, but I also had to work the next day. I don't use them as often as I should. Let's put
Y-
it that way.
Yeah, I mean, in my earlier years, nothing.
Yeah.
Um, I I've been wearing them religiously for at least 25 years now.
Yeah.
Um, so and I find I hear it better too.
Hear
'Cause
it better and you just feel so much better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now when I saw Air a couple weeks ago, I didn't need them.
Yeah.
Um, that I think also the venue itself helped because this is where the Seattle Symphony plays. So it was what I would call a soft, warm room. And they didn't play super loud. I mean, it sounded like if I had my turntable up loud.
Up, yeah.
So um it was comfortable. So, ears weren't ringing or anything. Um, but yeah, like Sunday, yeah, there will be
Bring it.
earplugs going on because, well, when I saw Slip last time, it was a sold out show in a place that is 300 cap,
Mhm.
so tiny room,
Yeah.
and I was like,
The sound just poof.
right, and I am like, there's one person between me and the stage, so I'm
Yeah.
close too. Um, and it's also hot and sweaty in there.
Sweaty and yeah.
And one of them fell out, and I'm like, oh. And at that point, it just sounds like white noise.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
That's the weirdest. I mean, have you ever like tried to take them off during a show after you've had them on just to like hear what it sounds like? That difference is insane.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
and then you think to yourself, like, I would have been listening to that the whole time.
Right. Yeah. I mean, when I was young, like my first real super loud concert, which was when seeing Metallica opening up for Ozzy,
Oof.
and I made it down to the fifth row, so I'm
Yeah,
like super close.
right there.
And my mom got me like swimming earplugs. They were basically like wads of wax, and they fell out.
Yeah.
But I'm 15 at the time, and I'm just
Uh-huh.
like I'm living life. And for like,
Did you
at
notice they were out?
no, my mom wasn't there.
No.
We were dropped up. No, my mom wouldn't have gone. My mom was very disabled, crippled. Yeah, and she was not into um my stuff at all. But she
Yeah.
allowed me. She was
To go,
cool enough to
yeah.
allow me.
She was cool to go, yeah.
See what let's see. I can't do without. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, with the
youth
amount of
experience.
shows that I do go to, I probably really should, like, start doing that.
Yeah, I mean, go on Amazon and get a gross
Get
of
a
them.
good yeah,
Because you're gonna lose them. So you bring, 2 or 3 pair, and
yeah.
then even if you are able to keep them, if someone needs them,
Hand them
here.
off, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I gotta get some because I had a big bag of them, and I had the bag of it on my nightstand. I came home one day and I found it out in the living room all chewed up by one of these. Thanks,
They
guys.
were just mad they couldn't go to the show too.
Yeah, they wanted to go see Metallica. It was funny because Grace, she was just because we're up in the like third level, and she's just like, "What are they doing down there?" And I'm like, "That's called a mosh pit." She's like,
She's like, "Are they fighting each other?"
Well, no, well, that's the thing. To me, those mosh pits were like nothing. I mean,
No,
it's overweight, overaged guys like trying to relive their
their
18.
glory days.
Oh my god! And I'm just like, this is. Uh, she's like,
Instead of a heavy mosh pit, you just see guys just kind of bumping each
yeah. She was just like, it looks like they're doing Ring Around the Rosie. I'm like, well, it kind of is.
It's moving a little slower. Everybody's just kind of
Yeah, but even now, like if I go like that negative approach show in a couple weeks, I mean, those guys have been around since the early 80s, but
yeah.
the crowd still, I mean, there's old people from back in the day, but there's still like teenagers, you know.
They open up the pit.
Yes, it's still got that magic to it, so pretty badass. So
Yeah.
anyhow, well, I know it's late for you. I think I'm gonna call this a night.
Yeah, sounds good.
'Cause
Hey, thanks for the invite.
no worries.
This was fun. I was just kind of sitting around, listening to some music, so it was fun to get on.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wish we could have had the text conversation more like this because it's easier for me to, what the things that you were asking, but
Yeah.
um, because I can't think off the top, and I'm thinking of like places that I like to go, but I don't know if anyone else would
No, we'll have to at some point, maybe we'll schedule something, even if it's just us with the group, just to
like a private,
yeah, just
yeah,
something to figure
or
just kind of talk and see what we want to do.
yeah, see if Mazzy would want to.
Yeah, I know he's definitely in for something, so
Right, because he likes it, hosting
yeah.
guests over. I
Yeah,
still have
that's
yet to
that's his
actually,
thing.
like, really talk to him. I briefly talked to him at that party over the summer.
Yeah.
Like, he's,
I
like,
love
trying
Matt. I mean, we kinda started around the same time, about 5 years ago or so, so,
okay.
yeah.
Let's see
He's
what
awesome.
was Mike say I thought.
When I saw Metallica last year.
Yeah,
Hey, Mike was the one that opened it up.
yeah. I don't know, because here's the thing, when my first time seeing Metallica that I was just talking about earlier, it was in one of those, amphitheater thing, with
Like,
the seats and
yeah.
stuff. Seats were being broken there.
And that's why I asked you when you were talking about seats, I think at AC/DC or something, I was like, "Were they okay?" Like
Well, I mean, those were folding chairs, but they
okay.
were kept in line. Now, Metallica, 1986,
Yeah, different story.
and these are, well, you've been to the amphitheaters. These are the seats that are in the concrete.
Yeah.
They were getting broken.
Broken just with people, yeah.
Oh my
Ah,
god, it was insane. So, compared to now, it's just like, all right, whatever. But
yeah.
anyway, but yeah, if you guys plan on scheduling a powwow of trying to figure out stuff, yeah, let me know, and
Yeah, for sure.
if I could put in any kind of info, yeah, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. All right. Well, everyone in the chat who's left, all five, thanks for hanging out on a unscheduled hangout. And Emma, thank you for
Thanks for the invite.
being awake. So, and everyone, we'll talk to you later. Just stay on for actually, we could talk for a couple minutes here. Well, in
Okay.
this.